So we call this a very special episode because it is.
Otherwise, we'd be lying.
Otherwise, we'd just be a bunch of liars.
But
So
yes.
the game's been out for a couple months now.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost at the second month of fully being out.
Yeah, I think we launched like late February,
Yep, 25th.
and then the Switch version was March 10th.
Yep.
Yeah.
On Mario Day.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And so we've been working on getting Kunio and Riki ready, as well as working on Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have really anything to show or announce on the Miriam front. However, we just kind of wanted to give you guys a little like work in progress sneak peek at Kunio and Riki. We want to focus specifically on Kunio. I think player 2 is going to be Riki for a little bit, show some of his moves, but Kunio's a bit more like fleshed out.
Yeah.
And then in the next Wednesday night fight, we'll show off the Riki side of things, so you can see his hype attack and some of the cool stuff there.
Yeah, yeah.
But I guess, we've got a bunch of people watching. Why don't we just quickly jump in?
Sure thing.
You want to go into training, or do you want to show off their intros first?
Oh, yeah, right. What am I thinking?
So a couple of things to note. Obviously, everything you're witnessing here is a work in progress. It is not indicative of the final effects. And it's mostly VFX that we're kind of still tweaking.
Yeah.
And balance and icons, as you can see. All the heck veins.
Yeah, we're definitely not just adding like 2 more heck veins to the game, as tempting as that would be. But yeah, so here's your early look at. I guess our camera's in the way of player 1. But let me move that for a sec.
Yeah, we can crank us down a little bit too.
So there we go.
Yeah. So we've got a variety of colors set up right now. Kunio and Riki will also have the gold and shadow costumes that we've come to expect.
Yeah, that'll be across every character.
So let's quickly jump in.
Yeah.
So, initially when we were planning out how these characters would work, they kind of started as Echo Fighters, or very similar. If you're familiar with the Smash Brothers term, Echo Fighter.
Yeah, we kind of initially set out to make them fairly similar to each other with a few differences. And then the further we went into designing them, those differences became bigger and bigger, and we kind of diverged them a bit more to feel more like they work off of a similar framework, but they are different enough to be unique characters. Yeah.
Yo, Nap's in the chat.
Hey, Nap, how's it going?
Our brother from another mother over at Toe Jim and Earl.
Yes.
And Daimo's asking, do Kunio and Riki have 8-bit costumes? They do not, but the sound treatment, which isn't in the build yet, but Ori has done, is pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, so I've been working on their sound design for the last little while, and there's a lot that's pulled directly from the 8-bit games. So I felt like that was the 8-bit aesthetic for River City and Kunio-kun is, I think, the most consistent and the most like beloved, and what they've stuck with it for so many years. So I wanted to make them feel like they were like authentic to like the NES kind of sound effects.
Yeah. So let's just go to like Killbot Factory or training or something. Just something.
Yeah.
And also, none of the moves have their proper damage values assigned, so don't freak out about balancing.
I'll move us back over here. Yeah, shrink us a bit.
So right off the bat, you can see we've got an immediate new mechanic that we're showing here. This is kind of something for you Power Stone fans who are wondering about items and equipables. These bad boys have equipables.
Yep. So that's like a huge thing with the River City games is that, like, as beat 'em ups, there's tons of items to pick up and throw, and several different items have their own unique moves associated with them. There's a long history of sports and sports games in the Kunio-kun series. We wanted to keep that intact, so there's lots of dodgeball. We've got baseball bats and pipes, standard River City fare. And yeah, so as you can see, they very similar to Power Stone. They just kind of appear in the stage. Only Kunio and Riki have the ability to pick them up.
Yeah.
Other characters just wouldn't be able to. But it's also incredibly hard to just camp in this game, especially if you're like trying to defend a particular corner in 3D space.
So you got to be careful about knocking an opponent into your items.
Yeah, but like similar to like Toe Jam and Earl, like the way that 2 players playing Toe Jam and Earl can pick up each other's presence the stage. There's similar things going on with the two of them because they basically operate off the same rule set for items.
Yeah.
Because it's very much a River City thing here. But yeah, you'll see they. Do you want to show off like some of Kunio's like basic moves?
Yeah. So obviously we wanted to build off the things that everybody knows. So right away you've got his mock kick.
Yep.
You know, it wouldn't be a Kunio character without it. And it's pretty good like damage dealer. Gets you, you know, good bread and butter, good distance, good carry. And his jab combos into that. He's also got, for those of you who are really curious, Acro Circus. Again, we'd be remiss if we didn't include a staple of River City Ransom. So we can see he's got a very similar thing to Strike Fist. In fact, he's got a Superman Punch, his own unique one. He can also cancel out of his run into a command grab that does some really good, gets some good distance and gets the opponent away. And you can also cancel into Acro Circus. So you got 3 different cancels there. Got a question. Would you guys consider some Canadian indie dev characters since you guys are apparently Canadian devs?
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So we're based in Toronto. In fact, like Drinkbox, you know, our friends at Drinkbox Studios worked on some of the environment art for this game. So we're very close with them. For us, it's all about like what we can accomplish as a small team. Obviously, we don't have the capacity to add content at this rate, and you know that bigger games do.
Yeah, and like hey, I got the timeout achievement.
Now let's take it to training.
So yeah. And like, you know, we're really focused right now just on the guest characters that we've announced thus far, but obviously like the more attention those get and like the more players we get, the easier it is for us to think about bringing in some other characters. And yeah, we'd be super happy to work with any of the other Canadian devs that we know and love.
Yeah, I think Ryan's in the chat, Ryan and Betty, because we just got an all caps. Strike Fist is here. Heckbait is a punk. So that would be the voice of Strike Fist, who is totally not crazy like Strike Fist is.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun having established a character like Strike Fist, who's such an homage to like other beat 'em ups of that era. To bring in characters from actual beat 'em ups from that era.
So one of the things to note, kind of similar to Yooka-laylee, and this is kind of intrinsic to their you know histories as a character. You've got a neutral jump that spikes upwards, but you also have the standard traditional jump kick from River City Ransom.
Yeah.
Also a spinning Tatsu in the air, which I think we pulled that one from Crashing the Boys. That's the move that you use over the hurdles in Crashing the Boys.
Yeah, there's a couple of moves pulled from like other parts of the series, like Crashing the Boys, track and field kind of stuff.
Yeah. So we've got this kinetic stomp that is from one of the new recent Steam battling arena games that they made. So that is just kind of a general AOE knockback. A nice standing Shoryu, and my favorite air throw because it's just so salty.
It's great. You just grab them and toss them. And yeah, if you're close enough, it throws it like kind of a negative 45-degree angle. But if you're close enough to a wall, you'll get the wall bounce off that. Yeah. Lots of combo opportunities.
And a good just like aerial stomp to just, you know, disrupt a group.
Yeah. So that's based off of, I'm trying to remember the official name for it. But Kunio's got this move in the Kunio-kun series where you do multiple hits dropping down through the sky. It's one of my favorites. I've been playing a lot of Tokyo Rumble.
Oh yeah, Tokyo Rumble's awesome.
I picked that up back when it first came out, and I've just been revisiting it as we designed these characters. It's been so much fun.
A couple questions. Recommendation for characters would be the player from Retro City Rampage or the characters from Runbow. We know we know the 13 AM guys very, very well. They live down the street from me. Their studio is like a block away. So yeah, it's definitely an option.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so you know, this is kind of the bread and butter for Kunio. And then let's take a look at his hype attack, because his hype attack I'm pretty happy about. We pulled from Super Dodgeball for this one.
Yes.
So pulls out a dodgeball. And it's his Super Striker from Super Dodgeball. It actually also gives him a free dodgeball at the end, so it's a perfect summon.
So that's what you just saw there. You comboed off of that perfectly.
I hadn't had the wall bounce there.
Well, it's got some really healthy knockback to it. I guess I could talk a little bit about what's going on for Riki right now. So it's like Kunio's got his mock kick. You'd have to have the mock punch for Riki. He's also got a very different style. Like they both have this run state, which we wanted to include because there's several unique running attacks in the Kunio-kun series. But his are a completely different set of abilities you can like option select into.
Yeah.
So he's got this kind of like long range teleport,
and it like sneaks up on you.
Yeah, and you can cancel into that at any time. He's got
the charge punch.
He's got a charge punch, which builds a larger radius the longer you charge it for.
Yeah. So not pictured here is there's missing VFX because we're still work in progress.
Yeah. If you let his run state go neutral, he'll do sort of a spinning lariat, and then I'm trying to remember what the and then he's got human torpedo.
Yeah.
Again, that one's based off of some of his stuff from the like party fighting games on Steam.
You can get the mock hit. So that's the a standard from the games as well, where you get the mock hits, and you can choose the pacing of your hits on the weapons as well. So you can get the free hit off of that if you want to hit them with the, set them up for a combo.
Oh, that was nice.
Or you can go straight into just like 1, 2, 3, and just get the one wall bounce out of that, or ground bounce out of that.
Yeah, so as you can see, like the different weapons have their own uses. You can walk around with them, and the second you get hit, you drop it. Yeah, the deceptive thing. Oh yeah, and the dodgeball you can actually throw at an anti-air angle.
Yeah, you can go anti-air, and you can also go air to ground.
Yeah.
His patented nut shot.
Nut shot.
That's what they call it.
It's so good.
And there's super armor on the startup of the mock hit with the weapons, just to give you a bit of advantage on that long startup. Yeah, like that.
Oof.
Oh, nice. You lose the weapons when you get hit, obviously. Oh yeah, so he's got his spinning SPD.
Yep.
But nothing beats the tornado. Zatmius says, "Hey, Zatmius, how you doing?" Bubsy.
Oh man.
Nappa's saying we should get Bubsy.
Oh, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, I almost had the follow up on that.
So gameplay-wise, these guys are pretty much almost done, other than balancing and some missing VFX.
Yeah.
Riki we still have to finish implementing his hype attack, which is very soon. In fact, that's something probably that's happening this week. We just want to really go make sure the VFX lands for that one, because it's a really special one.
Oh yeah. That one's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, I noticed one of the things, and I think I'm going to keep it, is let me just get the dodgeball. You can do the nut shot, but if you use the direction input, you can actually get the jump kick while holding the dodgeball as well. Unintentional, but I kind of like it.
Yeah, I like that too.
So you've got an option, or you can throw it.
I think added versatility is always a good thing.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like, so we talked a lot about how when we were initially designing the base game and like the base characters, how we walked away from the kind of item pickup gameplay of Power Stone in favor of a little more character-specific depth. But it's actually been really fun seeing just how the items really shake things up.
It changes the meta a lot, because the items spawn, I don't know if you guys can tell, but the items spawn where you spawn. And Kunio and Riki can steal each other's and re-trigger a new spawn rate, but but obviously, you're not remembering where the spawn points are at every level. So it's this constant, like, players are going to want to keep you away from getting the items.
Yeah.
Because of the damage they do and the versatility they have.
And there's still not like each item. There's only a few types. There's like the baseball bat and the pipes and the dodgeballs, and they all work really differently. But they basically give you like just a basic projectile. Oof. Yeah, and that makes them like super versatile.
And that should catch.
Oh no! Yeah, his startup is deceptive.
I do love getting the freebie out of that though. Same thing. So we won't give away what Ricky's hype attack is because we want you guys to see it, but it does give you a free bat. So Kunio and Riki each get a free power up for using it.
Yeah.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. A Bobo. Oh man, they don't understand. Basically, the conversations we've had with our system works, they're always so perplexed that the West loves a Bobo so much.
And every time I hear that, I always think like, what's not to love?
Yeah.
Look, it's a Bobo. He's just cool. Sometimes things are cool and it's hard to explain why.
Oh yeah. So you know, as with all our other characters, there will be different story modes, intros and endings for Kunio and Riki. But their stories tie into one another because we wanted to like, you know, they're coming from a unified world, and they're rivals, right? So we wanted their stories to kind of weave into each other a little bit. And obviously, we're working on the stage right now. It's kind of neat. It's the first stage we have in Mighty Fight that allows for back and forth stage transitions.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a little bit last week, but if you weren't here for that, yeah, it's basically it's a stage that I think is going to feel pretty true to the River City Ransom style gameplay. Because yeah, it really was like the first. It was like an open world beat 'em up, which was pretty unique at the time. Still pretty unique, honestly. Like things like Scott Pilgrim and that sort of thing are a little bit based off of it, but it was really like interconnected stages.
Yeah, it's funny to see like just how much Scott Pilgrim versus the World is a River City Ransom game.
Oh yeah.
And like obviously we wanted to pull from as many of the Kunio series games as possible, but at the end of the day, when we were making the stage, we wanted it to just be, you know, downtown Neketsu inspired. Yeah.
I love that, actually, like teleporting into the item to pick it up on the way.
I didn't know that worked.
That's really slick.
Damn it.
I mean, that was an intentional design decision, and we're geniuses.
Yes.
Is basically what we're saying.
I really got to time that.
Yeah. That seems like it'll be particularly like something you might want to use like a cancel on the activation.
Yeah.
Or cancel into the activation, rather, just to circumvent it.
Just cancel the activation, get a free dodgeball. All it took was 1 bar of meter and a hype attack.
It's so wasteful, but yeah, you got me on the wall bounce. Nice. Yeah, I like the idea of just like you can basically recreate like Kunio-kun dodgeball.
Yeah.
Super dodgeball.
I mean, if only we had catching mechanics, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Bobo was that guy your dad knew before he met your mom. Is a Bobo a himbo?
I think that's where we get the nomenclature, isn't it?
A bohimbo. I think to be a himbo, don't you have to be nice?
You do.
I don't think a Bobo is terribly nice.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, but I believe the definition of a himbo is nice, strong, polite, but not necessarily super intelligent.
Yeah.
So like, Launchpad McQuack.
Yes.
Is a himbo. Kronk.
Yeah.
From
I think he's like the patron saint of himbos.
He's absolutely the poster boy. Oh, that was, you almost got it.
Almost got it. It really is just throwing a lot of pipes across the room. That's really what.
That's honestly what my game plan usually is in River City. Like, you get like a box or a baseball bat and you just keep them at bay.
But yeah, so I'm pretty excited. Release date, we don't have one yet, but it's going to be relatively soon. Like,
yeah, as you can see.
Yeah, the characters are pretty far along. We just really we want to get this in the hands of the guys at ARC to really play and dig into it and get their feedback. And we wanted this to be a love letter for everybody.
Yeah, I think we're aiming to, you know, there's so much that goes into each character, even beyond like their just base gameplay. Like there's the character missions, there's the arcade stories, and all sorts of stuff that is, you know, additional to their, you know, getting them up and running. So that's gonna still take a bit, but they are, as you can see, they're pretty far along.
And so Zamius is asking, you know, how far along do we feel everything is? So the stage is in progress. We can't show you anything today because, like, with characters, you can see whip stuff without, like, really breaking the magic, but it's a lot harder with environments.
Yeah, true.
But that's on its way, and characters are mostly done other than remaining VFX and a couple of moves for Riki. And then it's about getting their you know, their missions made, getting their story mode animated and implemented, and that's honestly some of the biggest things are the illustrations that go into the story mode stuff, because they're very intricate. Adam really puts a lot of work into them, and we want to, you know, make sure and getting VO recorded for them, which is, you know, we're working with Art to make it as authentic as we can. Ooh, invisible mode. See, bugs can happen. He said to teleport again. You'll be fine.
Yes.
But yeah, so this is kind of our sneak peek at Kunio and Riki.
Yeah.
They're coming soon. You won't have to wait terribly long. But I guarantee you it'll be worth the wait. They're obnoxiously fun.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Okay, we got to fix the startup on that.
That should probably be invincible.
Yeah, it should be.
I think I think it's fair to make that invincible.
Yeah, that's a bad trade. That's a GameStop trade. GameStop trade is a new meaning now because of the stock market.
Oh yeah, that's
stonks.
Stonks.
And then we're going to be basically full steam ahead on Miriam, which will have something. Yeah, you like that combo?
That was pretty sick. I got to remember that for mission time.
Had it to the Trello. Yep. Oh my God, you're right. The Game Boy Advance version of River City Ransom did have Mega Tokyo references.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Man, that's
a name I haven't heard.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the other costumes while we're here. Let's show some of those. So we tried to pull from some of the other high schools in the universe. So go with my punished Kunio. you got your banana Riki.
I do have my banana Riki. I should like that.
Well, let's just take them to the stage with different lighting.
Yeah, like
let's really sample all the flavors of our cultural stew. And you guys probably remember hearing the Kunio and Riki remix that wonderful T. Lopes did for the trailer, the teaser we did.
Yes.
That's going to be in here. And we're going to see if we can get some permission to use some of the original tracks as well. It all just depends on what the licensing rights are for those, because the olden times, you know, game stuff that was made and the IP rights have changed hands so many times, from Technos, then then to another company that bought Technos, and then to Arc. So, see, Hackbane stage it's a lot riskier to go for the items because you got to go in the ring.
It's like the reverse of a regular wrestling match.
Yeah.
Come to think of it. I keep forgetting that one of that moves, one of his moves isn't there yet. It's the input I keep doing instead of the SPD. That's particularly great when you've got them in the corner.
Yeah.
Whereas Ricky's go straight down. Donk. Bonk. It's tough for me. I can't see how far right. Whoa, damn. I love the human tornado. It looks so cool.
Oh, you stole my dodgeball.
Sure did. Into the fire with you. Oh, I even had the right read.
And you can do so that they will collide with one another. So you can do like, you know, projectiles smashing into other projectiles.
Oh yeah.
Let's line it up.
Yeah. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Hey, you son of a bitch.
I didn't know if we were going on one or after.
God damn it.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
All right. Fine.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Excuse me.
3, 2, 1, go. See?
Hey, there you go. Wait, I have more questions.
One simple task.
Look.
As you can see, we are very very I don't know, very professional over here at Komi Games.
Yeah, absolutely. Look how good we are at fighting games.
Well, you know what? You got items turned on, so it's not a real match anyways. So we don't have Steam chat up, so I'm sure we're missing a ton of questions, but the real fans are watching us on Twitch anyways.
Well, here, I'll get the Steam chat up. Actually, I don't know how to do that on the phone.
This begs for chairs and light tubes. Question, will there be a stage builder? No. It's very...
I was going to do a more... I was going to like ease into that a little more. But yeah, that'd be really tough.
It's like... The trials about level design and like level construction get exponentially harder when you move into full 3D motion. Games like Smash can do level builders pretty easily because, not easily, but they can make that happen because you're only building in a 2D plane. 3D construction just gets so much harder, especially if you're only playing on a controller on the console. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think there was a question earlier about the release. Will we be simultaneously launching on consoles as well as PC? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
So these guys will come out at the same time on all platforms.
Yeah.
Everyone can have it. I think Ryuko's asking, will there be a season pass for the game? That's the idea, is a fighter's pass, but it really depends on the content that we end up adding, because we're still kind of not fully confirmed with the entire post-launch cast.
Yeah.
It's probably not for this season, I'm guessing, just given that Miriam's a free update.
Yeah.
And these guys are the only paid content that we really have confirmed right now, and then we've got to figure out what the original character strategy is going to be. Like, you know, being super transparent, we want to grow the community, and we just we need to get the momentum for the game going before we keep adding additional content beyond what we've already allotted.
Yeah.
Just because, you know, being an indie, it's hard. It's really hard launching a game in 2021 with the old COVIDs and especially a fighting game where people are supposed to play in the same room with one another.
Yeah. That said, it'd be that's a good segue for me to remind any new folks that Mighty Fight is both cross-platform, it has cross-play, and some delicious rollback netcode.
Yeah.
So you can play with anybody regardless of what system they have the game on. Oh, I'm invisible again because there we go. It's like you trap me in whatever that dimension that Kurt goes to.
Oh,
like
yeah, the Banff dimension.
Nightcrawler. Yeah, the Banff dimension. That one's so deceptive. That's so good for like if somebody keeps rolling back in.
Yeah. Oh, but it's not OP. I just am.
Ooh, okay, that's fair.
Yes. Oh yeah, Satmia. Sorry, yeah. Miriam from Bloodstain is free content.
Yeah. That's free to all users.
Ryan's asking, are there any arcade games in the future? And I'm guessing that's our cue to talk about iArcade. Because this game is coming to iArcade. We don't have exact details yet, but for those of you who follow the home arcade, I'm trapped, there you go. For those who follow the home arcade market, iArcade have come up with this really awesome indie-friendly platform that is, you know, actually really, really exciting, especially as an arcade enthusiast and an arcade cabinet owner. So we're partnering with those guys to get Mighty Fight on there. We have to make some tweaks because it's like a traditional old school arcade. The display is 4:3. So we have to do some UI tweaks and we got to do some stuff working. But in theory, that version of the game will also be cross-play compatible with Steam and PS5 and PS4 and Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, back in the group's coming to iArcade as well?
Oh, snap.
Ooh, talk to the guys who run mystery tournaments. Good question. What did we do to Igarashi to get that deal? I had drinks with him in Kyoto, but no, Iga-san has been fantastic to work with.
Yeah.
We had mutual friends in Japan, and that's kind of how we got talking about this. And it's really exciting because we get to bring her into a full 3D environment for the first time, and we get to put her into a fighting game for the first time, and that's gonna be fun. We've got her moveset planned out, and she is the most complicated character that we have in the game, by far.
With Miriam, like, there was just so much to pull from, because she's like, even if you were just looking at Ritual of the Night, there's so many types of weapons, there's different like weapon skills that she can learn, and we wanted to make her feel as authentic as possible. So there's tons of stuff that I think you guys are gonna like. Also stuff that really calls to some of the 2D ones they've made. It could be.
I'm just resetting.
Oh, that's what you're okay.
But it's not resetting me for whatever reason. We've entered a new dimension, a fumble zone. But yeah, she's got stance changes, and she can go between 3 weapons and 3 shard sets. So it's definitely a lot. But yeah, I guess that's really all we can show off. I mean, I'm pretty excited to show off this footage to everybody.
Yeah. I kind of got that late, so I didn't get the knockback on it. But
I think we need to make the hitbox a bit bigger on that one.
Probably.
Just to get the knockbacks. We had to do with crystals as well.
Yeah, you can see he's got a similar kind of like short-range teleport strike that Crystal has.
And that's kind of one of the philosophies we wanted between differentiating Kunio and Riki, is that Kunio doesn't have a lot of great approach options other than the dash, like the run in and the option selects therein.
Yeah.
But Riki's got the teleport on the ground and the teleport in the air, which kind of make it really easy for him to approach.
Yeah, he's just kind of like super mobile. And I think that sets him apart in a nice way. It's like the difference between like, especially now in like Smash Ultimate, like the difference between like Marth and Roy. Like, they are very much different characters now. They used to be really similar, but not so much anymore. But there's still sort of a familiar framework that glues them both together. I almost got the cancel, like the breaker into SPD.
Oh yeah.
Like that. Oh.
You break it under the fire.
Oh, nice red breaker.
Let's see how they fare. How you can play as Kunio, and let's play like a real fake match, because obviously you do very little damage. So
I was gonna say, does Riki have the damage values or like base damage values assigned yet?
A few of them. Kunio has some of the base damage values. So it's not gonna be a real match.
Yeah. But yeah, I would love to. Let me pop on this Riki.
Listing this grid. Yep. Is Mario Fight easy to learn, difficult to master kind of situation? That's exactly what we built it around.
Absolutely.
Obviously, that's a bit of a buzzword or buzz phrase.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what we wanted. We wanted it to be a game that's got like party-friendly elements, but is built for people who love fighting games and who really get fighting games.
Yeah, I think the skill ceiling on each character is pretty high. Like, there's a lot of depth that we get out of a pretty simple control scheme. There isn't any like complicated input motions that you might find in a traditional fighter, but you can do a lot with what's available.
It's funny because like we were concerned that I think when we were launching that we weren't, it might be too easy to pick up, and there might be things that are too easy to execute. And all of our reviews were like, "This game is incredibly complex." So I don't know.
It's like we definitely achieved the complexity that we were looking for, but it's definitely I think it's still pretty easy to pick up, and even if you're just exploring like some of the base options each character has. Hey, thanks for knocking me into my weapon.
You're welcome. I aim to please.
I love this move.
Oh, I know.
It's so good.
As you can see, Stingray can't do anything with that.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably throw them at you. That would help.
It's tradition.
The run state's really nice at... oh, no. I, like, bared my chest so you could put that mine, like, directly on me. Great. Good stuff, me.
Look at me and my damage values. Oh, no.
Oh, it's just a little bit late. Ah! I don't know why I'm so obsessed with pressing the anti-air. That's fine. You give me my hype attack back. I can get one more chance to look cool.
Unlikely.
What was that? What was that? Excuse me? Oh, no, you're going to bounce too far away.
Yep. Was that about looking cool?
That I do it all the time. That I'm just a cool looking guy.
But it is, right. Notice that like it's funneling you back to where you start, which is actually good. Like the items are making you move in different ways, and now that I'm paying attention, I can be like, oh, well, I know where he's gonna go. Wow, but see, like the versatility here, considering most of your moves don't have damage values assigned to them.
Yeah, already like. Especially like a character like Stingray, who's like kind of built at running away. Like I think it like speaks to the rushdown capabilities of Kunio.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. That throw really is salty.
It's just heavy. It's got so much weight to it. I can see you getting really disrupted in the free for all with that.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh god, I will not let you get a stock on my with your incomplete character.
We'll see what Acro Circus has to say about that.
Telegraphing your moves.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a little more superliminal than telegraphing. I just straight up told you in real time.
Well, that's good to hear, Nat. That a lot of your friends were able to have fun without playing. I like without being able to have the knowledge.
Nice.
Yeah, Demo, man. If you are even vaguely into fighting games, this is the kind of game that, like, I mean, we made it, so we kind of have to say it. But even if we didn't make it, I would be championing this game.
Yeah, I've been saying it a bunch, but like over the course of development on this game, like we are still having a blast, just like doing matches between each other, and like we've been working on this game for like 3 years, so it bodes well.
Gonna go with Yakuza Gray, Riki.
Ooh, yeah. One of my favorite comments that we got was on the initial teaser trailer we put out for these guys. Somebody commented, "It's like, oh yeah, you guys got prototype Nishikiyama and Kiryu."
Yeah, it's true.
It's like, yeah, they basically are what these guys are based off of. I guess I will be. I can go with the blue.
Matt's asking, have we reached out to any YouTubers? Yeah, we're actually talking to a lot of folks in the fighting game community and like some of the bigger guys, trying to get them time to play the game. It's hard when inevitably those streamers are doing us a favor by playing the game and not it's like kind of a one-sided thing.
Yeah.
Because like they'll get more viewers for playing Street Fighter 5 or Mortal Kombat than they would playing our game, right? And so the idea is to like, find people who like new things, but whose audiences aren't, pissed off about them playing new things. It's a tough bag. Yeah, we've reached out to Alpharad about this, so hopefully there's something there.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get his attention soon.
Zamius is asking, has anyone ever reached out to us about a particular character being like broken or OP since we've launched?
So our community's been really helpful at like just identifying the things that they like and don't like, and I don't think there hasn't been much about a character being too OP. I remember there was some stuff for Strike Fist initially that we changed up to. I think we didn't initially have a dive kick for him.
Oh yeah. That was pre-launch though.
Yeah.
Or at least that might have been in early access. But yeah, the benefit of having been in early access for a while is that our community was really able to inform us about a lot of the goings on.
Yeah. And that was definitely, yeah, we wanted to like kind of get a sense of the community's feeling on things before doing any, you know, large scale balance changes. But we definitely, you can go through our patch history. We've done a lot of tweaking here and there. And I think I'm pretty happy with the current state the game's in.
Mm-hmm. Woof.
Oh, I think one of the things we did was we nerfed Heckbane's dash.
Oh yeah,
so
we took away the super armor on it on neutral because that was ridiculous.
Yeah, it still has it if you're in his buffed state, which I think is completely fair. It was maybe a little too oppressive before. Oh yeah, breaker fight.
Oh my god, that was a lot of red breakers.
I love seeing red breakers back to back.
So you notice our character artist, Dan, on the bat, put a little tiny lightning bolt on the side of the bat, and that is a direct reference to River City Girls. The bat that Kyoko uses, I think.
Yeah, Kyoko. Yeah. Yeah, Kyoko's the one with the baseball bat affinity. That game's great. I love River City Girls.
Yeah, it's like kind of like I'm glad it did well enough, but it kind of flew under the radar a little bit too, and I don't know why. Pre-launch Tombstone. Oh yeah, pre-launch Tombstone. He was OP.
He was pretty OP.
Nap was mad when we got rid when we nerfed him.
He's still pretty damn good though. I like that he fits as the like penultimate boss because he totally sharks people with. Like, his AI just, like, really took to his moveset.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, speaking of... Oh, shit! Oh, shit!
The counters. Hey, look at me with my dodgeballs.
Yeah, it's a very Kunio thing. But speaking of my Raiden voice, who's excited for Mortal Kombat
Yes. This guy.
Yeah, it's coming out on Friday.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh yeah, Mosh Pit and the aerial spin. Dan was saying Team 4-Star would be great to play this, which is great. I mean, Anthony from Team 4-Star is Heckbane. So.
Yeah. You can reach out to those guys.
All right.
I like the Team 4-Star just put out like a bunch of new shows recently, like some originals that are just hilarious. I like there's one, I forget the name of it, but it's like Time Wizards or something. It's basically like oh, what am I doing? I want to stick with Kunio. Thank you. Yeah, it's like animated footage made to like an improv D&D session. It's fun.
Who is your least played character? Both of you.
Least played?
I mean, at this point, I put so many thousands of hours into this game. But if I had to, the character I'm least likely to go to, it's probably Original.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because she was our third character, and I think she's got a lot of versatility. And now that she's not as OP as she was before, now that we patched out the infinite hype attack glitch.
True.
But I don't know, I find myself like gravitating to other playstyles better.
Yeah, I think I too have played just about everybody lots and lots of times. Like I've just racked up so many hours because I designed all of the character missions, so I had to basically get good with everybody.
Yeah.
But I'd say like Crystal's probably the furthest from my mains, just because I have to play her as in a totally different style.
She plays like a attacking character.
She does play like a attacking character. I have to use tech and buttons essentially, but I really like what she has to offer. It's just not my typical playstyle. Yeah, I think it would have to. Oh, this really is the most Power Stone-y matchup there is.
I'll plant those right near your items.
We should do a Twitter video. Just say "Dear Power Stone fans," and it's just Earl versus Kunio.
Yeah. It was flutter kicks versus mock kicks. Aloha.
Oh yeah, I don't have my taunt yet.
Yeah. By design.
Oh yeah, you purposely
disabled it for Ori. Ah. Oh God, no. Oh dear God, no.
Oh man, the armor.
Big girl's a big boy. He's got armor.
He's a heavy hitter. I love that he's got like these single hits, but they do so much knockback and damage.
Ow, 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 ow.
Oh, that was sick.
Cancel was nice.
Thank you.
Oh no.
Oh.
I thought I confirmed. Well.
Oh no, it worked. I was like, I'm gonna get him for that. Whoops.
We gotta add iframes at the start of that.
Yeah. Oof.
No, we didn't speed them up at all, Toe Jam. No, we made sure that they're playing the same speed as they've always been.
Oh, yeah, Toe Jam and Roll?
Yeah, I find that like you just gotta switch. Like the real optimal strategy is just constantly going back and forth between the two.
Yeah, I think that's it's a good strategy to just keep the opponent on your toes because like Earl's really good at just like getting in and disrupting, whereas Toe Jam is just all over the place. So with the run state, he's got like all these different like ways he can redirect himself in the air and on the ground.
Yeah.
So,
Yo, Ange is here. Yo, yo.
Hey.
So we're just showing off a little bit of the old Kunio and Riki. Early days yet. I'm gonna go with prison jumpsuit Kunio.
Hey, just like oh man, I don't have the names of some of the Kunio games memorized because they're very long and in Japanese. But there's a Super Nintendo Kunio-kun game where they start in jail.
Oh. Yeah, that franchise is full of like really esoteric games that even as like a super fan, some of them I just don't recognize. Oh, that was Acro Circus versus Human Torpedo.
Oh man. From the makers of Godzilla vs. Kong. They really do look like prison jumpsuits. Yeah. I never really noticed that until now. That was my Human Torpedo. Let's see how you like this. Oh no, he was ready for that. You're not the only one with throws.
I got two of them though.
That's the fun thing. It just like paints a target of like this is absolutely where the Kunio players go. Like, oh no!
Oh,
give me that dodgeball. Oh,
that's fine. I got one too.
See us both go for the stomp. So the stomp for Kunio is kind of a recontextualization of when you're able to like stomp on a downed opponent in River City. But we don't really have like when you're in a down state in Mighty Fight, you're completely invincible. So we still wanted to have that, so we kind of like turned it into an AoE, which I think still feels familiar enough.
Oof. All right. No more. Screw it.
Oh, you see that? I got you before you hit the ground.
Yep.
Juggles.
Threw that thing before it hit the ground.
Oh, I see. You're just gonna run out the clock. Is that it?
No.
Oh wait, we both have the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no.
Oh, I just won the high ground. Much like Obi-Wan.
I like how that's just like it had nothing to do with. I'm just gonna rail on Star Wars for a second, but like I like how that had nothing to do with like either of their like skill levels. It's just like No, literally, like physically, if you jump at me, I will be able to hit you because you'll be vulnerable. It's like, okay.
Oh, so yeah, let's see. There's a couple of stuff I missed. Looks like a bubbleera.com office. That's kind of the intention for this level. How'd you get Tojev and Earl? Yeah, actually, Nap was like, yeah, I'd met Greg. I can't remember. I think I met Greg at GDC, and that was it. And then I reached out to him after Back in the Groove launched, like basically right in the launch month, and we started chatting about how we could get the boys into Mighty Fight. And that's kind of just how it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg is an awesome dude. He's a good human. Oh yeah, so Nap saying the game Shin Neketsu Koha Kunio Tachi no Banka. The Elegy of Kunio and Co.
That is the one.
Yeah. Like, just I don't even believe that like Kunio-kun and Riki super fans like memorize all the names of all the games, because like that's like a 7-word title.
They are quite long.
That is yeah. Like.
Well, it's like it's that long, and then it has a subtitle.
Yeah,
like it's
that's some Doctor Strangelove or How I Stopped Worrying and Learned to Love the Bomb kind of titling, but for every title in the series.
Yeah. And combine that with like every English localization for a while being like its own thing.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a confusing history for Kunio-kun or Downtown Neketsu.
Ow.
Oh man, here.
See that? I threw you and then grabbed the dodgeball.
That was sick. I like this.
Ooh.
Yeah. How you like that?
I like them apples very much.
That's what I said to the guy at the grocery store when I bought those apples. It's like, you sure?
Well, he asked me, how do you like them apples?
Yeah, it's like, I like them very much. There's a line that's been stuck in my head from like, you remember Celebrity Deathmatch?
I do.
So I used to have like a tape of it, and there was an episode where like Johnny Carson was there for a guest referee or something, and it just like they asked him, it was like, hey, do you mind doing like one of your bits just for fun? And he says, actually, I would mind very much. Like that's just been stuck in my head for years. I would mind very much.
Oh God, you had the super armor. I thought I knocked you. Oh, hey, stop that!
They're mine.
How did we get to this point where my health is lower than yours?
Well, you see, I started doing a lot more damage than you because I was hitting things. Here's my dodgeball. There's your dodgeball. Yeah.
Look, if you can dodge a wrench. Hey, oh, it's my baseball bat.
See, now I've got the cycle. I could just. I'll just throw them away like garbage. No, it's mine.
Yeah, see that?
Yes.
That teleport. Adam says hi, by the way. Yo.
Yay. What's up, man?
Sounds like Bannon Rudis would be down with this. I'm sure he would.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, and let me know when you and Adam are streaming. It'd be nice to watch, like I like watching other people stream it, so I don't have to keep beating Ori.
I do believe player 2 just won that match.
That's a typo.
Oh, I see. It's a bug.
It's a bug. All right.
Yeah.
That's kind of it for showing off the new guys, the hot-blooded tough guys.
Yeah.
We can open it up to some lobbies. We'll just have to switch builds because this build would make the other build's head explode if we tried to play online.
Yeah.
Or we can just keep showing off stuff if that's up your purview. As long as there's not us for being noobs. Oh, you guys are probably great. Oh, damn, well, thanks, man. Thanks for picking it up. And thanks, Ange. Like, we're really excited to be putting these guys in the game and making them, like, true to form for Kunio fans.
Absolutely. I said it before, but like I feel super blessed for you know, the guest characters we've been able to work with, and every single one of them has led to us working directly with legacy developers. And
yeah, look at this! Look at this sweet lineup here: Kunio, Toe Jam and Earl, Yooka-laylee, and Riki. That is a gorgeous lineup of characters right there.
Yeah, this whole bottom row. It's pretty spectacular.
And Hyperion and Tombstone, but you know,
I've seen them enough. I know what they're about.
Yeah, it's been done. Yeah, adding Miriam will actually literally fill out our bottom row, and we're gonna have to start adding ones into the into the screen. We accounted for multiple rows. We figured this out.
Yeah, we might have to get a little creative with the stage select screen, though. That one's getting a little tight.
Yo, we're not putting Kunio before you guys. We're putting Kunio next to you guys. It's a nice, like, downtown Neketsu sandwich. Now, let's have a real match before we open this up.
Yeah, sure. Well, going Toe Jam and Earl.
I'm really excited. You guys are excited for Miriam. She's gonna be a blast.
Oh yeah.
I'm really excited you guys are excited for Miriam. This is gonna be one hell of a match. All right. Can we? Who will win this decisive battle? The guy who talks a lot of shit, or me?
God damn it. All right, I'm gonna have to go into serious time because if I allow this absolute circus to continue,
call me Barnum and Bailey. Oh my God.
Yep. The switcheroo. Tap, taparoo.
All right. Okay.
I keep trying to input Kunio and Riki stuff now. It's like, where's Earl's dodgeball?
He's got a dodgeball. It's called presents. He got dodgeballs at home. Stupid.
I love it because
oh my God.
It's like I just run around and be like, "Hey, Hyperion, I got you a present. I got you a present." You're gonna be stuck in the air for a bit, unless you cancel.
I just got the meter on the damage.
Aloha. Oh no!
HK out of nowhere.
Baga!
Moose Man, Moosifer. Heckbane's cousin, Moosifer.
Moosifer.
You're like his boss.
Yeah, it's like this cow demon man.
Yeah.
Actually, I really like that.
Moosifer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's canon.
Yep. It's ours now. I see.
I thought I could like reverse psychology you into it.
Don't. Fine, hit my hype attack. See if I care.
Okay.
Damn that infernal card.
Don't give that card to me. Here you go. No!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Man. Let's do that again.
Kind of turned into Basie rollers for a second there.
Bye.
Night. Say T-U-Y.
Oh, Ninja from the Ninja Warriors. Yo, if we can get
Ninja
Warriors and get that Daddy Mulk remix in there.
I always drink plenty of Daddy Mulk.
Yo, I think T would lose his mind if we asked him to do an official remix of Daddy Mulk.
Oh man, putting T on a Daddy Mulk remix would be just
hey, I hear you want to see my hockey basket present?
Oh man, we gotta do like a Halloween costume for Earl with like a hockey mask.
Yeah. And give Tojima a Freddy sweater.
Yeah. That actually works really well. Let's see. Oh, Crystal, eh?
Yeah. Look at that 15 character select. Am I counting right? 6? Yeah. Yeah, 15 characters.
You can go with Ketchup Tombstone.
All right. Well, yeah, you got to catch up, don't you? Because you're behind and the wins.
Didn't I win the previous one before that one?
Nah.
Nah, man.
No.
Nah, that ain't me. Oh, I got home field advantage.
I figured you'd use all the help you could get.
Just, my God, you're always on. Like, what the? What is? This is a much more like civil office until we start streaming, and then this monster comes out of you.
I mean, when we play other fighting games, I'm also a monster.
That's also true.
This is the 25th win for player 1.
Yeah, that's fine. That's my biggest hope for Street Fighter 6 is that they
Get
take
rid of
that out. Stats can be mean. For like a sword?
No.
No. It's that awful Mr. Burns, isn't it?
You leave Mr. Burns out of this. Oh,
no. No, I did it too late.
Oh, but you still caught me on
Hey!
that. Ugh. Oh my God.
My combo, I said.
No. What is this, pre-nerf Tombstone?
I'll just take to the sky. The scariest.
When the AI does that, I always panic.
Anytime you see a CPU just start doing, oh no! Wait a minute.
Oh.
I don't have to take this. I'm a grown man.
I don't know you.
That's my purse!
Oh.
I forgot I had the anti-air one, or the air-to-ground ones.
Yep. Oh, this isn't looking good for old Crystal. I'm seeing double here, 15 characters. Thanks, Jason. Oh, no.
Oh, I saw that charge. Ugh.
I see that charge.
So that's the thing, like Tombstone, you have to, or at least the way I play him, I kind of do tech and button layout on him too. Just because they're both charge characters. Like charge projectile characters.
Yeah.
It's not.
Our game's closest equivalent to a charge character.
Yeah,
really.
exactly. I guess you could say it's a delay and then negative edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But charge makes sense. Like it's.
Yeah. I think people would understand. Traditional charge kind of like assumes a 2D layout. I just had to go right in there.
Wonder how I feel about, and it's not just because I'm losing, but that being breakoutable.
I've actually thought about that too.
Just because like you're spending one more expensive resource that can be ruined by a much cheaper resource.
Yeah. I wonder if like there should be like a breaker walkout or something.
Yeah, it's kind of what we originally had, and then I think I walked it back because I felt like it was unfair. But I don't think it is. I think you spend so much to get it. You should get the conversion.
Mm-hmm.
All this to say, I lost because of Imba.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, I can't even connect my combos today. What is wrong?
I thought you would walk into it.
Wow, the disrespect.
I've never won a time scam by running towards you.
I'm getting Lee's Palace vibes from the stage. So, Daimo, we literally modeled the stage entirely after the layout of Lee's because one of the last venues we played at a while ago, Lee's and Elmo.
Oh, man.
Remember those times we used to play live music?
I do. Remember those times we used to like go out into public and like interact with other human beings?
No. No.
No. Oh, going back to Kunio, eh?
Even though he has no damage values assigned.
I will be Yuka.
Oh man, match with Millennium.
This truly is the new age of heroes. Let's randomize this. No, we already did that one. Let's randomize this a little more selectively. Yeah, FunCon.
Where you might see these characters gathered.
Yeah, this would look like kind of a
cosplay
convention.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot which one I was for a sec.
Woof, woof, right away.
Yeah, these are both we both share the directional air moves. What's this, some kind of ball?
Perhaps you'd like to bounce it.
It's like a Coach Z line. It's like he's holding a dodgeball. It's like, what is this thing? Some kind of bounce thing? Uh-oh, that's gonna work.
Oh no.
Come on, hit scan. Yeah.
Yoshi,
Oh
yeah,
I think we gotta fix the collision on that. That's fine. I forgot about Kartos until this moment.
You forget about our favorite friend, Kartos.
Woo! Oh no.
Get out of here, Kartos. No one likes your style.
Now you've unleashed the wrath of Hype Factor Kartos.
God of Kart. At least I don't have to worry about you taking my item.
That's true. I'll just eat it. Bleh. Bleh.
Sorry, Sam.
You're in the front of God.
Oh no.
Oh, I love that conversion. I'm gonna party in the ball pit. Yuka's run state when he's in the ball pit just like literally looks like a kid at McDonald's. Just like, yeah! See, that time it sounded like the this is gonna be a weird reference, but you know, in Dead Rising 1, when you walk out to the courtyard for the first time and those guys are in the car.
Yes.
And that song, every time you go out there, it's like
yeah. You're right, that was a weird reference.
Yeah, that's all I have up here. I gotta use that information somewhere.
I gotta remember which moves have damage values assigned to them and which don't. Oh, yeah, that's gotta have iframes on startup.
Yeah. Oh, I already spent my hype attack. Nice, good grab. Also, I've used Hype Factor at least once, and I'm do it again. Do it again in an instant. Nice.
I took a stock.
It's the people's victory.
Oh, no.
I saw an animation you were stuck in.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Will they get the American version outfit sometime? That's actually something we talked about as like, it would be fun to add as like an Easter egg.
Yeah.
But they're so like, they require different models. So it's kind of like something we'll add as a bonus if the DLC does well.
Yeah.
We'll just add a free update.
Yeah.
Because I really think it'd be fun to have Alex and Ryan in there as well.
I thought about that same thing with like classic Toe Jam and Earl.
Yeah.
But yeah, like from a 3D modeling perspective, that's like a whole different. That's a whole different thing.
It's like a deeper skin than just like changing textures. But I like if they do well, we would like to add them because I think it'd be fun to have Alex and Ryan in there instead.
I do too.
Did we misspell Ricky? I don't think we did. I think it's our fonts. Our font's a little weird.
Oh yeah, we should cut off the tails on that, I guess. But
yeah, it's the tails on the font where we have to kind of selectively change some of them.
That's the Top Jam and Farrell.
It is the Top Jam and Farrell. Oh, on the Steam title. Oh, that is a typo. One second.
Was there 2 Ks on that?
No, it's spelled Wiki instead of Ricky. Unless I'm autocorrected.
Wiki?
Yeah.
Oh. Whoops.
Yep. You know why? Because
was it autocorrect?
I set it on mobile And
that's hilarious.
Zach and Wiki. This is our Capcom crossover.
Capcom, call us for the 2021.
Wiki and Bimmy. Yo, that's hilarious.
Whoops.
Well, that's fixed now. Kunio and Wiki whip week week. That sounds like something the Junkions would say. Let's see, let's go full random select.
All right.
Let's
go. These are Streets of Reddit.
Oh.
This is actually kind of a classic matchup from Wooly versus.
This is.
Yeah, this was the Reggie versus Wooly matchup.
I remember just watching like the elation of Wooly realizing like we had a stand character who was also in his favorite color. Like he had his color scheme that matches.
Yeah.
He's got an alt costume.
It's like, and he picked him first. It's like such an immediate reaction. I was so happy with it.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm glad he caught on to that, but it's also funny because like it wasn't really intentional. It was just
it was
the JoJo reference was.
Yeah. Oh, but you mean like the color
alt
scheme?
colors? Yeah, that was just Dan coming up with that stuff. I've been talking a tough game here all night, and I gotta actually like live up to that. It's so nice to play, like as much as I love playing online, it's nice to just play like against a human next to you.
Yeah. The energy's completely different.
Yeah.
And like you know, getting reads off of an opponent who's like the mind games of an opponent who's right next to you is a completely different experience. Nice.
Oh, yeah, hero pose.
That was good. Yeah, there's something about the way Strike Fist and Remy's playstyles work against each other. It reminds me of like the classic matchup in like SF2 of like Ryu versus Guile, right? Like they're characters that don't have like a real connection to each other, but there's just something intrinsic about competitive play that puts those two characters against each other all the time.
Classic matchup of Balrog and Dulcin.
Well, it's basically like charge character versus showdown.
Yeah,
is the dynamic there. Wow, I just lost control of that whole stock.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Couch Co-op is the best for me. That in Discord multiplayer voice matches are fun to do with friends. Yeah,
true.
Like playing games online via Discord is a lot of fun too. Like I'm such an old. I'm an old. I like the idea of trash talking someone in front of me.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, like we're getting closer and closer to that again every day, and I'm very much looking forward to the next like in-person fight night.
Yeah.
That we do.
I agree. Also, I want to point out how like irrationally happy I am about how Ricky's hair animation came out.
Yeah.
Like, it's very like Dan's take on it is very Golden Wind.
Oh, totally.
Like,
yeah.
And like he just nailed it. It's so great. I can watch that idle for days.
I love the swirl design of it. It's very, very nice. CEO versus Kunio. Actually, kind of reminiscent of the final boss of several of the Kunio games. Like, it's not Thor.
Thor's Downtown Neketsu's final boss. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like the businessman.
Yeah.
Like the CEO guy. On a rooftop, no less.
Oh, I'm truly violating.
No, I am clearly a teenager. I don't think does it. I don't think Kunio is old enough that he would be able to drive, but I have seen there are games where he's in a motorcycle in some of the promotional art. So
yeah, but he's a hot-blooded tough guy. He doesn't need a license.
That's true. Dang it.
I see what you're trying to do. Oh no.
There we go.
Give me the bat. Give me the bat.
Scaredy cat. Oh no. All right.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
What's that?
Voltage Fighter Gaokaiser. Did you ever play that?
I might have, but I don't recognize it.
It was a game that was it was by the guys who made it was Technos. It was Technos published it. It was by the guys, like the same team that did the Double Dragon and River City. They made a fighting game. It was their last attempt at a fighting game after the Double Dragon Neo Geo game. And they got Masami Obari to design all the characters.
Yo, nice.
And it's about like superheroes who fight, but you steal your opponent's powers when you win a round. And even in like versus, you choose a special move to steal, and then they get like a swap. It's pretty interesting.
That's wild.
Yeah. And then in like single player mode, when you die, you can pick from all the abilities you've stolen over the course of the game.
Oh
no.
That's awesome.
Oh no.
Jump too high.
Yeah. It's hard to. CEO is one of those characters that I think people have finally figured out how to play, and then you see them play him, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, he's a beast when you got him figured out. Uh-oh.
He's definitely sus, as the kids would say. Oh no. But it's not building any hype meter for me because it's just doing no damage.
Oh, I lost my... I didn't realize I got hit along the way. I lost my dodgeball.
You're nothing but a penny stock.
Yeah, so Dominic, yeah, it did. Voltage Fighter Gaokaiser did sound like Mega Man. It was like a not like in terms of stealing people's powers and using them. It was like very novel. Wasn't a great game. Like there's a lot of fighting games from that era that I give a pass to that I really shouldn't because like they did something innovative.
Yeah,
but like
it's a lot more experimentation back then. You
put a quarter, like what does it cost you playing in the arcades? Oh no, I spent 50 cents and I had a lot of fun. Like,
yeah. I miss the experience of just going into an arcade and not knowing what half the games are and just trying things out.
Oh man, yeah, playing TMNT, Street Fighter, Power Stone. Yeah, I do miss that era of gaming. Speaking of TMNT though, I'm sure you guys have seen the kick-ass like .emu new TMNT game.
Oh yeah.
You got to give a shout out to our brother T, who is composing that game and doing a kick-ass job.
Oh yeah, it sounds just right. Like it's very much capturing what I love about that era of like Konami TMNT games, especially like Turtles in Time.
Orchestra hits?
Well, orchestra hits for one. But like if you listen to like every song, there's a little motif of different parts of the theme song hidden into it somewhere. Like you'll hear that like Heroes in a Half Shell syncopation somewhere in almost every song, and it's awesome. I love it.
It's like, and let's like that cover of Pizza Power.
Yeah,
like you're gonna cover the Coming Out of Their Shell tour.
Like no one would have dispersed them for skipping that whole thing.
Yeah,
but they went and did it. Lex, my boy.
Heckers.
Yeah.
Heckers McBain. It's on you.
Oh, is it? Where have we gone? Let's go to art. Yeah, no, that's my most anticipated game so far.
Yeah, T's also doing music for the Streets of Rage DLC. It's funny. So like, I've known about both those things for so long, and you know, keeping a lid on games industry stuff is always like that's one of the best skills to have as a developer.
Oh yeah,
is keeping your mouth shut.
You always got to respect the friend DA, the friend DA, as I like to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a great era for beat 'em ups.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, like the resurgence of it, like Streets of Rage 4 is amazing. It's getting DLC.
Yeah. It did well enough to get a new campaign, like, and new characters.
Yeah,
I would have been just happy with new characters, to be honest.
Oh,
I didn't expect new levels. I just expected like, oh, maybe we'll get some new playables and some.
Yeah, like maybe Estelle or Max or like the ones that like showed up as bosses.
Yeah.
So there's like a little bit more to work
Sheva.
off of. Oh, Sheva. If Sheva becomes playable, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I'm pretty certain if you look at the silhouette and the DLC thing they released, right?
Oh man, if only. If that ends up being true, Sheva's like one of my favorite characters of all time, and I don't know how to explain why. He's just so cool. I loved him as a kid. Like,
Oh yes, we're gonna buff her hype attack.
yeah, I think the damage I put on that is
It's
not enough.
pitifully low.
Especially for like a cinematic super, and like you can't really combo out of it. It takes a lot of setup.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so lucky that I'm so happy for T rather that he's lucky enough to work on both Streets of Rage and TMNT in like the same calendar year.
Oh yeah,
that's like those are both dream franchises for me.
Well, it just makes me happy seeing him succeed because like that guy deserves.
He's one of the nicest human beings in the whole wide world. I want nothing, and like talented as all get out, hardworking and talented. Basically, the best you can ask in a person. Oh my god!
I was thinking, like, can I bait out the teleport and then cancel it into my own hype attack? Yes, turns out yes.
And then I get angry.
And then you just did like 40% damage in retaliation. I was too proud of myself.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's really cool. Oh. Yeah, beat 'em ups do deserve more love, and I'm glad that that's just happening. You know?
Hell yeah!
All right, let's bust out the hot-blooded boys again.
Yeah.
And then then we can do some lobbies. We have to switch to a new build, so try not to get any downtime on here.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I legit don't know if we would just like crash or explode if we put on another build.
Probably not good. Probably not worth risking.
Yeah. Where haven't we been? Everywhere. I think we've been everywhere, man.
Just about.
I only actually.
Oh yeah, I don't think we did Grand Tome.
Look at that bad boy.
I love that
baseball
intro.
bat.
Both of those intros are based off of different box arts.
Yep.
So if you're a Kunio fan, you may recognize what those are based on.
That's a good tactic. Just scoop up all the items so that the other person can't get them.
No.
Like that.
Oh, jerk. Wow. Yeah, you really can just kind of like play King of the Hill up here.
Ball.
That's
a bunch of toilet sounds.
That's it, Kunio. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Which way are you heading? That way I know what direction to kick your ass in. That's one of my favorite anglicisms. Ooh, nice.
Oh, shoot. I'm so obsessed with doing the wrong one. Ooh, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
well, you wouldn't be so tough if I had my hype attack.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why I didn't give you it.
Oh!
But imagine if it did.
Imagine a world. In a world.
Could you imagine a world where Ori's character was finished?
Oh.
Oh, damn. The armor ate the other baseball bat when I was throwing it. Well, fine, I'll take yours. Does no damage yet. Dang it. No. Oh, it's mine.
Oh,
that was sick.
Okay.
Okay, that's great. Nice.
And
oh man, the armor.
yep.
Nice. Nicely done. I have another stock. But there's 30 seconds left.
Oh shit. No. Yeah, so we opted to give Kunio the jump kick, but not Riki, because he's got other mobility tools. Just to create a little, like, Ricky's got his flip, but he doesn't have that. Well, we'll decide. We're not sure if we're gonna leave it that way, but
Yeah, like all of this stuff is like
subject to
subject
change.
to change.
That is it, though. Just the beating with the pipe, the savage beating with the pipe.
Oh yeah. Oh, barf.
Oh yeah, you better believe there are all barf references coming.
Of course.
Yeah.
I feel like we'd go to jail if we didn't put an oh barf reference.
Yeah, that would be put into gamer jail.
All right.
Actually, let me do a quick test. I'm gonna open up a lobby on my computer. Oh, we can't do that.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Every time we do that.
I think we'll just have to switch.
We're just gonna switch over.
Yeah.
So just gonna turn off the old game capture for a second.
Yeah, just bear with us for a sec.
Enjoy the darkness.
Darkness. Hearts.
Hearts and darkness.
Hearts and darkness.
We're gonna take this moment to celebrate.
I'm just gonna switch back over to the public build,
There we go.
which may take a sec.
Yeah, it'll be just a moment.
Ah,
Cheers.
cheers.
And thank you guys for joining us.
Yes, indeed. Ah,
But yeah, well, this is gonna take a while.
we gotta get it. Got any other questions in the
Yeah, let's do.
chat?
No,
Or-
chat's got.
Oh
a
yeah,
little-
yeah. We could just zoom in on us for a minute here.
Yeah. I know chat's been a little quiet. Any questions for the development while we wait for this build to make it slow installation? What are you drinking, guys? This is a Crown Royal Northern Harvest Rye, which is the one best whiskey of 2016, I believe.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. Maybe it was 2014. But either way, it's a pretty darn good rye.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you hate pants? Yes. Yes, I certainly do. But yeah, I'm excited to show you guys Ricky's hype attack. It's a throwback reference to Tron Bond's Super.
Oh yeah.
If that gives you any indication of what craziness might be happening. We also, for their stage as well, we're also kind of mixing in some 8-bit sprites from the Neketsu games in the background.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a fun little love letter to the series. I think you'll like it.
What is the airspeed of an unladen swallow?
I don't know that.
What's our favorite Pokemon card? Is being asked.
Favorite Pokemon card? Ooh. I only dabbled in Pokemon cards for about a year back in the height of them.
Yeah.
I didn't really get any particularly fancy ones, but you know, like I always really liked the ones that were designated as specific trainers, you know, like Misty Psyduck or whatever. I think I had a holographic Misty Psyduck that came with a magazine.
Huh.
Oh yeah, they were
back
in the day when they would like.
Wasn't that Nintendo Power?
It wasn't Nintendo Power. It was like some other like not Wizards of the Coast magazine or anything, but I think it was something like that. It was like a magazine that was like specifically about TCGs. Perfect.
Hey, we're back. Yeah, I was never I played like G1 Pokemon cards because I was a big Pokemon like Game Boy fan.
Yeah.
But I never really got into it. I know a lot of other. I was playing Magic at the time too, so it's kind of like.
Oh yeah.
Meant Pokemon cards. This is like Magic for babies.
Oh, well, hold on. There was one I really liked. There was one that was like fake Professor Oak.
Oh yeah,
it was like an evil imposter.
Yeah, Imposter Oak.
Yeah. I don't remember what the actual name of the card was, but it was something like that. It was like not real Professor Oak.
Should we call Poison Oak?
Poison Oak could be an amazing villain name.
You say Tron Vaughn, give us Mega Man Legends 3. Fun, Imposter Oak, Nap says, is a real Imposter Oak.
Imposter Oak, okay, nice. Yeah.
Fun fact about Mega Man Legends 3. Oh, by the way, lobby's up, Killbot Factory.
Yes, jump on in.
Years ago, like back, we're talking, I think 2010, maybe even 09, Inafune was doing that like tour to find Western developers to work with before like while he was still at Capcom and before they acquired Blue Castle in Vancouver. And I met with him to talk about like doing potential business. Mm-hmm. And he asked me what my favorite like if I could make any game, what would it be? And this is before the Bring Back Mega Man Legends 3 campaign. This is before like that even started. And I just said, oh, I'd love to make Rockman Dash 3. And he just started laughing. And he's like, that's my dream to make, but there's no way we're ever getting that greenlit internally. And then it happened, and then it got taken away.
That's the saddest part of the whole thing.
Like, that prototype has never been, like, that demo has only ever been played by Chris Hoffman, I think, is what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, we got Jay in the lobby.
So we'll wait just a minute or two just to see if anybody else.
Here, I'll let you be the first match.
Yeah, sure.
It's gonna be right back.
Yeah, man. Legends has such a fun art style. Like looking back on the two PlayStation games and Misadventures of Trombone, like just getting so much out of just texturing and making like this anime aesthetic that still holds up to this day. It's very, 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 very cool. Let me just double check. Oh man, Conker's Bad Fur Day. I loved that game as a kid, and then I was so hyped for the 360 Xbox original remake. And it was really pretty, and I did like what they did to it, but there's something about the multiplayer of the 64 version that I just loved. Like the Squirrels versus Teddies one, the what was it? The Reservoir Dogs one with the weasels. So good. I'm surprised that there hasn't been another Conker game since. I don't know how you do it. But I think it'd be fun to see another Conker, because it ends so weirdly. Like it's like this dark, this bleak ending for him. He becomes king and he hates himself for it. Such a fun like slice of the height of Rare. All right, let's jump in on a 1v1, and then we'll come back to lobby and check if anybody joins.
Choose your warrior.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with Original. I haven't played Original tonight yet. Yeah, was it? I didn't have. See, this is the problem. I didn't have Xbox Live back then, so I didn't get to like experience the new multiplayer stuff. I'm so jealous of it. Oof. I really gotta dance around this clone. Should go off for me. There we go. Oh, no. Jump into it. Oh, nice. The reads, the mind games. Oh! And I'll just stand there and take it myself. That's fine. Actually, hold on. Just want to get him into this beam combo that I love so much. Oof. He's jumping a lot. Bet you I could bait him into it. Oh no, he's kind of going for the slides now. There we go. Ah. Get him at just the right angle. I can bully him with the... Nice. Can bully him with the crescents on the whiff. Oh, with the soccer ball! That is so hard to make connect. That's part of a combo. That was awesome. Oh! That's right. We got follow-ups. Whoop, nope. I put the brakes on for that. Let's see. No, let's get it! Oh, that was scary. I was like, I have to do this now, or else I'm gonna eat it. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. I will be... Let's go CEO. So currently we only have it so that like one person per system can go online. We don't have it set up just yet for online matches where 2 or more players are from the same client, but it is something we're looking into. Let's see. Oh, nice. See, that's my favorite map from that whole mode. The one with like the it's like very Team Fortress-esque. I loved that whole thing. You like get katanas and everything. It was so gory. As a kid, like, it was like so unexpected, but like still like of their sense of humor. Oof. I know Jay's a big Strike Fist player, so I'm in trouble here. I thought, I didn't have enough meter. I was going to try to cancel into hype factor activation and then cancel again into the detonation, but not quite.
What's up, nerds?
What up?
Oh yeah, shit, Nap. I did forget about the Xbox multiplayer in Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, live and reloaded.
Yeah. Ooh. Just you and Jay?
Yeah. After this one, I'm just gonna back out to the lobby just in case anybody else joined in. Nice.
The market has spoken, and you're bankrupt.
Look at that ponytail go.
I'm gonna walk towards this wall. Oh shit. Yeah, there we go. Let's wait here in case get somebody else. If you're watching the stream, feel free to join in on the lobby. Open to anybody.
Yeah. Man, yeah, if they made a sequel to Conker, Nap, you should be the one to lead it. It's funny because like I played it when it came out, and I was like, this is not what I was expecting, and I'm happy about it, and this is good.
Yeah.
And I've never revisited it since.
It can be kind of tough. I think especially like the earlier. Hey, what's up, Mac? Some of the earlier stuff, I think, like when you're in the farmhouse and the game's like just kind of picking up steam, it's a little tough to revisit. But I like when it gets into the more like set piece heavy areas, like the classic World War II one.
Yeah, the Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan one, and then like the Matrix area is super good. Let's see.
50 seconds.
So many choices. I'm gonna be Hyperion.
At least fewer choices.
I know, doesn't it feel weird not seeing them there?
Now we play the waiting game. At least it will auto advance now.
It's true. Yeah, you may notice that we did an update to the online experience. I guess just we put some countdown timers on character select and stage select, just so that if you jump into quick play and you match up with somebody and they happen to be AFK or whatever, you will still progress into a match no matter what.
Although we say that, and it's not progressing into the match.
Are we still waiting for somebody to choose?
I mean, but it should move on. It should have auto-chosen for them. Unless they're playing on an unpatched version.
Oh, is that rolled out for all of them yet?
It's on all the platforms, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you might want to back out.
I don't know if it's been 40 seconds since I chose yet. I think we might have had a disconnect.
Oh, it's Jay.
Oh, damn. Sorry about that. Mac's currently on spectate.
Oh, Dom's on his way, so it's not spectate. He's still in the. I think he AFK'd in the character select.
Oh, okay.
High ping. Who knows?
Oh, oops. I gotta switch that off to private. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
All right. So we'll just wait for them to rejoin, and then we'll jump back in.
Sweet. Dominic N64 is on their way.
Oh, sweet.
Now we play the waiting.
All right, Jay's back in. They're all unset, ready.
Get ready. You don't want to accidentally start it.
Yeah. Well, I want to wait to see if we get, because Dominic's on his way. So
Yeah. And
get him in.
Nap's
and,
booting up as well.
Hey, there's Nap. Get some 4-player going.
Look at that TJ profile. Do a round first, setting up, Dom says.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Will do. Yeah, perfect.
Choose your warrior.
Hyperion.
Hyperion.
There we go. What stage? I'm gonna pick FunCon. See what everybody else picks. Oh man. So I'm gonna bet that Remy is J, because that's the color he was using earlier.
The excitement. I love it.
Good old Kilbo.
Kilbo Baggins.
If
Only
I
3 feet
have
tall.
to end you, so be it.
Let's get hype. Fight.
You guessed right. Oh,
Wow, I got... Okay, alright. I'm gonna have to put a stop to this. And by that, I mean take it out on Jason.
Are you breadsticks dipped in chocolate? Because that's some Dunkaroos right there. These are more cookies
they were
than
cookies. I think you're thinking of
They
just
looked
like
like
the,
breadsticks.
Are you thinking of the like generic Lunchables?
Yes.
Dang it. I said put your hands together if you want to clap. I would assume that you wanted to clap.
No, instead they wanted to take you through that one.
It's fine, I'll take their meter. Oh, that was sick!
Oh shit!
There's some really good juggle opportunities coming up here.
We got some,
I get knocked into his clone!
oh my god, we got some clips to make.
Oh man. The 3-player dynamic is really interesting.
Somebody died in there.
I think it looked like Killbot got sent like extra high by that. That was funny.
Oh my god.
Shoot. Hyperion's interesting because I think he's one of the few characters that doesn't have like a true projectile of any kind.
Yeah. Yeah, he's an odd one. I'm glad. I like the way he turned out. Like, not that he's not OP. He's interesting.
Yeah, he has like a whole different play style.
He's a good counter to Killbot.
Ooh, that was a nice hype cancel combo extension. Would you run away? Dang it! I clapped to the clone instead.
You know, the traditional way to hit with that hype attack is to combo it. Oh my god, Jay is winning so handily right now.
Dang it. Yeah, we need to gang up on him. As is the way. No! Alright, it's up to you, Nap.
Oh.
30 seconds. Can you make the miracle on ice happen?
That's one down.
Yeah!
Oh, the disrespect.
Give him the disrespect.
Are you banned from Twitch? Because that's Dr. Disrespect.
Ooh. With good cause. Oh boy. So much movement between these two. Lots of teleports. Nice.
Game.
Nicely done.
That was a good match.
Mm-hmm. Should we back out for not characters? Oh,
back to lobbies where you want.
Well, it says back to menu, so I was afraid it was going to go out of. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I set it off private.
Oh right.
Oh boy.
Waiting for player.
That was a really good round. That was really exciting to watch.
That was.
Yeah, for Dom or Daimo, it's open now. So
Come on in.
oh yeah, look at us right there on the side on Steam.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Some kind of developer broadcast.
There's Dom.
All right,
Excellent.
4 for all. Oh, if the lobby isn't showing up now, it's because it's full up. We're gonna change some things in the next update. We're gonna show lobbies even if they're full or private.
Mm-hmm.
We won't show any of the information of the private lobby, but we're gonna show just to like let people know that the game isn't like dead.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, if everybody's playing in a lobby and it's hiding the lobbies and that are full or that people are playing, then it can look like there's nobody there.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to fix that.
Waiting for player. Dominic, after you've selected your character, you need to press start or options or menu or plus, whatever that's mapped to. It's just to allow you to back out. There you go.
Yeah.
Wonder where it'll take us.
Yeah, it's random select between what everybody picks. But it will always give, on your end, you'll always get the music that you pick.
Yeah. Aw, the arc.
Nice. This is a good one for 4 players.
Yeah, because it lets you get splinter off into pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, the banana tombstone. Mustard, if you will.
Let's find out how loud you can scream.
I just got the flavor combo in my brain now. Bananas and mustard.
It's no bananas and peanut butter, I'll tell you what.
No, it is not.
The taste you can see. Oh my god.
Oh man, no hesitation. Is it Jay's Stingray?
That's what I call an explosive start to the round.
It's such high-level commentary.
Look, I never said I was the Mies. Shout out to our boy the Mies, who is fucking one of the best commentators.
Absolutely.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, nice.
Oh my god, just juggles.
See, that's why I think this game has like a really, there's so much potential for like doubles matches, just because there's so much trading combos between each other, even just in free-for-alls. Oh, I got right in the middle of all 3 of those mines.
But your hype factor.
I am. It's gonna mitigate it for a little while.
I mean, it gave you stock advantage over the other 2.
Sure did.
I mean, except for Jason.
Don't worry, we'll do away with Ed.
Ed won? Oh, just trading. Good on Jay for using the Stingray spin to get out. It's a really good, like, such a great mobility tool.
See that?
Yeah. Oh. Good clutch air breaker to give space. Movement tech. How on earth do you have hype factor already? For a second time.
Well, you see, I got hit a lot.
Ah.
And then I also hit people a lot. Uh-oh. I feel like he's just going to pop that whenever he wants.
Like there. Oh my god.
Oh, everybody's doing it. Gabe had no idea who to focus on for a second.
Oh fuck. That is the greatest.
There's a lot of like good clippable moments tonight.
I don't know how Stingray came out on the downside of that exchange, but
It's like from several city blocks away, I could just hear, "Damn it!"
oh, don't let Ori win on fucking time.
What's that? I have life lead.
You might not.
Oh, I actually might not. I think
Oh no, Nap just lost some health, so.
I'll just run in and take damage. Oh, it's still spinning. Nice.
Oh my god.
Nice.
That was a good one.
That was super good. Hey, you want to know this one?
I do. Oh, you hit rematch though, so.
No, I hit character select.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's waiting for opponents.
Client disconnected.
Uh-oh. Oh, we lost Nap. Oh, here. Set it to...
Oh no, you got sound stuck?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, is it?
Oh, maybe because of the...
It's, oh, okay. And it's happening in the game right now. So we're gonna just for the sake of the stream.
Oh, is it on our end?
Yeah.
It's still playing? Ah, shoot.
Let's just quiet it a little bit and hope that it goes away. Actually, or we can always just reboot too. Yeah, let's do a reboot.
Okay.
Because that'll just last forever.
Yeah. So I think it must... I'll have to listen to the past broadcast, but I feel like it's because Tombstone's spin was happening forever.
Yeah, it's happening during the outro somehow.
Yeah.
Always new bugs.
Game development. Game development.
.com.
I'm really glad the laws for you know how there's something about if you say a URL on a public TV show,
yeah.
It has to be real.
Yeah. Well, it's not that a law. It's that
like
if you say that
advertise.
and then somebody then hijacks the URL that you use to make crazy propaganda, you can get sued for promoting that.
Yeah.
Add it to the Trello. Yep.
Hey, everybody.
Oh yeah, gang's all here. Kunio. You know we should show the stream after this match.
What's that?
We should show them the true Hyperion secret.
Oh yeah.
No one's found it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody in the community figure out that's there.
And I don't have the patience of Yoko Taro to be like, you still haven't found one secret yet.
Yeah, wasn't there like a whole new ending or something?
No, there was a debug menu that was found that was that allowed you to jump to get to unlock the endings at a fast, crazy fast rate.
Mm.
And it's literally a debug tool they left in the game intentionally.
Yeah.
Or they left in the game, realized they left in the game, went, if anyone can find this, I'll eat my hat.
I mean, if you put developer tools in a near game, would anyone be able to tell the difference between something that's on purpose or not?
It's so meta. Speaking of which, Near Replicant is out now.
Oh yeah.
We give that a shot.
I'm excited to get to the near raid in Final Fantasy 14. But I think it's
hey, look, who am I? I'm provider of souls.
You wish you were as good as provider of souls.
We all do.
That's the Killbot tech I love. Just the
short hop.
Approaching with short hop, body splash. Nice use of the fire trail. If you're picking up Heckbane, that's a thing that I think is... I don't know if we talk about it too much in any of his missions or anything, but a good use of his fire trail when he's got the souped up form is that if you if you catch somebody either falling into it or if they're waking up into it, it kind of acts as a frame trap.
Yeah.
Which is a good way to just keep them in position, and then you can set that up into like a hype attack or basically anything else. Strikefish just kind of stalking from the outside, looking for his openings.
Time to go stalk. Oh no!
Oh,
that's
gonna get both. They're close enough. Oh, nice. I was gonna say the projectile usually only hits one person, but it might, if you're close enough, it might be able to get two.
That was what we call a 2 for Sutherland here
Ooh.
in Canada.
More of a 3 for Sutherland, my friend and myself. That was hard to say.
3 for Sutherland.
3 for Sutherland. That's a.
Sounds like you got 3 for Madness.
I get it.
For 20, y'all.
I believe it's the 21st, actually, but. Oh man. Down to 3.
Okay.
That's the thing. I love the dynamic of 3 players because it's like eventually 2 people have to engage, and then that always leaves a third that's just gets to bully or disrupt. It's just an ever-shifting priority.
Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez.
It's just so hard to get in on.
Oh, rolling out of the way. Rolling around at the speed of sound.
10 seconds. Can Yuka make up the difference? Probably not. Doesn't have the hype attack on deck. Otherwise, that would be the way to do it. Hey!
Yeah.
Nice. Good games, everybody.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So I think we'll call this this lobby, but we'll show you guys before we leave. We'll show you guys a real secret.
Yeah. Something that has been in there since I think day 1.
Since day 1 early access.
Yeah. So about a year, just coming up on like a year and a month or so.
Yeah. And no one's found it yet. But here's the cool thing: you can't do this online. We made it a point that you can't do this online.
Yeah, because that would be kind of busted. I'll just go for Hackbane just for show.
Okay, and then sure.
What? Are you playing as the final boss in a regular match?
I sure am. You can play as Final Hyperion.
And I believe it uses the specific rule set, like he only gets 1 stock.
Wow, look at the size of that boss.
He only gets 1 stock. He has
5,000 HP.
He has 5,000 HP, and he's constantly building meter.
And he's got armor on all his moves.
Yep. But yeah, you can totally play the final boss Hyperion, true Hyperion, in regular matches. Look at that damage output. It's so disgusting. That's the thing, like the playing against somebody who's like a real Hyperion, like a true Hyperion player, but having all of this. Oh man, it's so mean.
What goes up must come down.
Oh. Dang it.
Oh. Thanks for the meter. Just like
he doesn't even care. Just maybe after that explanation I gave about how the frame trap works for Hackbane, maybe I should have used it in this match.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go. Yeah,
you
can totally play as him in regular matches. There's a specific input that you have to do when you're selecting regular Hyperion in the character select.
Yeah, so yeah. Like we kind of, I don't like games that gatekeep the like final boss from being playable. So we designed regular Hyperion to be like the normal version, and it's cool because we ended up getting the 2 forms out of it. But yeah, if you want to play as final Hyperion, just keep this between us. You hold both triggers while you're picking the character and keep them held down through the stage selection, and then you'll play as true Hyperion. In versus, training, and I think that's it. Did we lock him out of arcade mode?
I don't actually know.
Oh, jeez.
I feel like we would have tested that. I feel like we would have tested that. Most of the later end testing before full launch is kind of a blur to me.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of that. Let's see.
But yeah. I do remember that it works. It super works.
Oh,
I do remember
some easy Chivos.
Whatever, that's fine. Oh wait, no, I don't think it did. I think he's just tall.
Oh yeah.
I think that's just how he looks.
No, okay,
yeah, because he got the shirt on.
We locked it out. All right.
But yeah, I do remember doing tests of not because it would break anything, but just how funny it would be to go into team versus and have like 3 of them.
Yeah.
It's pretty bananas.
Yo, Eric, how you doing? I didn't realize you were in the audience. But yeah, I guess we kind of just wanted players to find out organically, like messing around. But honestly, I think that's the way most cheat codes get out is like someone would give an interview in a magazine, and eventually that would spread. You know?
Yeah.
Unless you're like me and you just put in common words on the Genesis pad into Genesis games and see if it worked. AB right ACA down AB right A got me. Toy Story level select.
Oh yeah.
Abacab.
Abacab.
As a big Genesis fan. I'm just playing through arcade mode now at this point. But yeah, so it does not work there, but it does work in training. It works in all the versus modes. Yeah, if you want, you can do, I think, if you want to be wacky about it, you can do all 4 AIs being, or you can be.
Oh, yeah, you can do it as CPU.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess this would work.
I think this works.
Or is it just, yeah, there it is, all 4.
Yeah, we could totally do some kind of, like reptile stuff, like look to La Luna.
Yeah.
Or some stupid.
That'd be fun to put in. It's like secret messages. Look how big they are on these stages.
They all have armor.
Oh man, that one's becoming pure light.
Oh, fuck.
This is hilarious.
And so the battle rages on. But yeah, you guys can all do that on your home versions. It's perfect for if you want to like be accused by the person you're playing local with of cheating because they're playing the final boss.
I just love like all 3 of them no-selling each other's hype attacks.
Yeah. Lights. Well, that's 1 down.
Oh yeah, and they all have 1 stock. So.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a really close match here. This is gonna be a stalemate of the 2 of them just being like, "Hit me, bro! Come on, hit me, hit me!"
Yeah, and that's about the size of it.
Yeah.
We made this mistake last time because we were like we signed off and someone wanted to raid another channel and then we were already disconnected.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I am very much a neophyte to any of this. I don't really know how raids work. How do you do that? Chat, how do you do that?
Yeah, I would love to.
Wait, if you use 2 presents together on an ice level, it spawns 20 elves and Santas? That's amazing. and Back in the Groove.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're saying some stuff that fans like Nap's saying stuff fans haven't found yet. Type/raid in the channel. Okay, so do we have to do that?
I would assume.
We have to figure out who we're raiding.
Yeah. So
who's streaming right now?
Team Spooky's streaming. Unruly's streaming.
Oh, let's raid Unruly.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just quickly just grab
You have to be signed into ours because I think you're signed into you.
Oh yes, I am. Okay. So,
actually, I'm on the chat right now.
Okay. Yeah, you do it. Just want to double check.
Channel name.
Yeah. Okay. So it's Unruly with 3 O's.
I'm signed in as me.
I can quickly switch over.
Sure.
Because
you can tell we're really pro streamers here.
Pro streamers. That should have been like a Dragonflies-esque cartoon. Why won't it let me? There we go. Oh yes.
Okay.
No, it should be. Yeah. Okay.
Sweet. All right.
So
we'll
go
back
back
to our
to
channel.
Okay. Just gonna. Do I copy the whole thing or just the name?
Just the name, I think. Thanks for playing and joining, guys. This has been awesome.
So /raid.
And then.
No,
you're still you, by the way. You gotta refresh.
What? Oh, this is a different tab.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to our channel. Look at us, we're so cool and good at this. And then channel
Unruly. So UN, I guess it's 3 O's.
Do we have to do it in,
brackets?
in brackets?
No.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
And then
enter.
So we should sign off first
then. Thanks guys for tuning in. If you don't know us, we're Mighty Fight Federation. You've probably found it. You guys got a sneak peek at Kunio and Riki. My God.
Yeah.
Kunio and Riki, they're coming soon. And stay tuned. Join our Discord, discord.fightmighty.com if you're not already there. And you'll follow us for all the latest stuff.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. See you later.
Ciao.